Honkai Star Rail. We love it, we hate it, I don't care. I want to talk about how Honkai Star Rail can fix the majority of its current problems. And I'm going to get into this in today's video. So, let's take a look at one of Honkai Star Rail's most popular yet forgotten units, Jingliu. Now, Jingliu is an amazing ice DPS. You know, when you use her ultimate, she immediately gains an action and has an enhance. Wait, no. Wrong ice skill DPS. Jingliu requires 2 charges to get into her enhanced state, which gives her an action advance and a ton of free crit rate, and I think a ton of attack. You see, the problem with Jingliu is she just has a ton of crit rate. Her multipliers aren't that good. She doesn't really have any damage buffs built into her kit like, I don't know, Acheron does. And so I was thinking, how can we fix that? So, first things first, I am going to talk about Jingliu's A2 trace that gives her 35% effect res in the spectral transmigration state. What I think they should do is 35% effect res is useless. Yes, in the early days of the game, debuffs were a big problem, especially with Jingliu because, well, a CC debuff can completely waste a turn of her spectral transmigration state. So, I was thinking, right, that rather than it be a 35 effect res buff, it is, while in the spectral transmigration state, increases this unit's ice damage bonus by X%, right? I think that's good. It's simple, and I'm going to add an addendum to that each time Moon on Glacial River is cast, gains 1 stack of Death Realm. And each stack of Death Realm increases this unit's attack by X%, right? So a little bit of damage bonus and attack percent built into one trace. And then her Ascension 4 trace after using Transcendent Flash, so the next action advances by 10%. Kinda useless, not gonna lie, I've never seen it actually help in any sort of combat, I might be wrong. So I was thinking that Sword Champion should rather be, after using Transcendent Flash, this unit gets a 20% speed buff. So Frost Wraith, I think it should be, after this unit uses their ultimate in the Spectral Transmigration state, advances their action by 25%, and increases this unit's damage by 50% for 1 turn. And another character that I believe should be reworked is Blady Boy. So, if we look at Blade's multipliers, they are just low. 40% of his attack and 100% of his max HP. That's nothing. That's just low. So I was thinking, get rid of this attack scaling entirely. It's useless. There is 0 reason for it to be there. It's probably there so that the attack from the light cones and handpiece isn't useless, but it's irrelevant. I'm gonna get rid of it entirely. And so his new enhanced basic is going to consume 15% of Blade's max hit points and deal wind damage equal to 270% of his max HP to a single enemy. In addition, deals wind damage equal to 100% of his max HP to adjacent targets, right? That's a huge damage buff. That's just a straight multiplier buff. I think it's better. I'm not going to touch upon his talent. I think his talent isn't all that good, but I want to touch upon his talent in just a bit. His Ascension 2 trace, Vita Infinita, rather than its current state, which is awful, when Blade's current HP percentage is at 75% of max HP or lower, wind damage boost increases by 50%. Pretty decent damage buff, 75% HP is a really easy threshold to meet. And then let's look at never-ending deaths. Rather than weakness breaking an enemy and restoring HP, when Blade hits an enemy after using Forest of Swords, advance this unit's action by 20%, right? Give him slight AV. What the hell is this? Last Ascension trace, bruh? And then for his Ascension 6, increase the damage dealt by Blade's enhanced basic attack and by the Talon's follow-up attack by 40%. I think that's pretty good. I don't think that makes him broken. I'm not the balancing guy, right? I shouldn't really be giving exact numbers, but they're just numbers I made up off the top of my head. So I say that they don't matter. And oh wait, I forgot to talk about his follow-up attack. Right. I'm sorry. And his talent. Oh god, is this talent awful. So I think the new one should be when Blade's HP is reduced, he gains 1 stack of charge, stacking up to 5 times. A max of 1 charge can be gained every time his HP is reduced. But each charge stack increases the damage dealt by the follow-up attack that launches upon reaching 5 stacks by 25%, equaling an extra 125% damage upon reaching full stacks. And upon reaching maximum charge stacks, immediately launches a follow-up attack dealing AoE wind damage equal to 200% of Blade's maximum HP, while also restoring 30% of Blade's max HP, consuming all charge stacks, right? So giving his charge stacks actual functional utility other than just being a counter up to when he'll actually do damage, while also giving him slightly better multipliers, still getting rid of that horrendous attack multiplier. I guess I should talk about the ultimate because it's pretty bad too. So that 50% of HP thing, I still absolutely love. Still really good. So sets Blade's current HP to 50% of his max HP and deals wind damage to a single enemy equal to 150% of his max HP and 100% of the tally of Blade's HP loss in the current battle. At the same time, deals wind damage to adjacent targets equal to 75% of his max HP and 50% of the tally of his HP loss in the current battle. The tally of Blade's HP loss in the current battle is capped at 90% of his max HP. Additionally, if the tally is equal to 90% of Blade's max HP, increase the damage of this attack by 150%. I think that's pretty good. Is there anyone else? What's his name? That one guy already fixed Sela, but that's how I think they could fix some of these older characters in a, more direct way, rather than, just give them a buff, right? And I forgot who. I will edit their name in later, but they had a really good idea, I forgot who it was, where you, do a companion quest, and you get, a item that will, make that character a decent margin stronger, right? I think that's really good. I think that's a really good idea. These are some pretty major changes, but I think they're kind of necessary. But I think that's it. So